can't make this up. I cannot make this up. The cards that I picked, I think it was yesterday, maybe in another video, are the Seven of Spirals, which is effort, and the Queen of Spirals, which is down to earth. Essentially, it is saying that you've already put in the effort. Everything that you have worked so hard for is completed, is done. You already know that, and this is just extra confirmation because sometimes we struggle with this trusting of self, feeling confused, going into doubt. And that likely stems from insecure attachment. And I'll talk about that in a bit. So wait around if you're curious more about understanding attachment styles and how they affect and can run your life. But what is amazing to me and why I find some of this stuff so comical, because it's like we already know. There's already an establishment of trust in self. It's just gaining that access again to fully believing in you and not needing the constant reassurance, the extra validation, the praise, the reinforcement, the learning that stems from society and structure and upbringing and such. And so because you've already put in the effort, you are the queen that stands in her ground, down to earth. You are rooted, no longer living in the fantasy, no longer needing to rescue, to be saved, to save somebody else. And through this, as you bring about that which does not exist, that which you envision in your mind, in your imagination, you bring it down into the roots so that it can form here in this 3D reality on earth. But many of us get stuck in the la-la land, in our mind, in our imagination, and say, that's not real, that's just a fantasy, that's just pretend. I don't get to have that. I'm not worthy of what I want. And I'm not speaking to these material things. I'm speaking about to that which is already you, which is that of love and connectivity, to connect with people. And we struggle to do that when we doubt your superpowers, which can sometimes also be your kryptonite, right? Maybe you have the superpower of being highly empathetic. Maybe you're a sensitive soul and you can understand people really easily, but sometimes you do that as a way to form connection. The belief, the association that if I just empathize enough, if I just give them all of this unconditional understanding, we'll bond. The bond will be stronger. Like a using of this, the power to try to hold and cling and grasp. And consider that maybe you would do that without even recognizing it. Maybe you disclose, maybe you use self-disclosure to connect, and that works sometimes. Absolutely, sharing about yourself personally. But when you might over-disclose in hopes, well then they'll share, they'll reciprocate. We are creating these conditions. We are putting too much power and pressure on forcing something to feel worthy, to feel approved of, to feel liked, to feel loved. Take that and bring that to yourself. Talk to you through the camera like I'm doing. Utilize this amazing practice of stream of consciousness. I'm not thinking, it's just whatever comes. And sometimes I use these cards to kind of guide the conversation. But really, I already knew. I don't need these cards. They're fun for me. They're fun because they spark a topic. But I don't need them to tell me what my truth is or what's going to happen in the future or about somebody else that I can sense and know already through the intuition that you have too. And so considering how we have relationships with everything is a relationship. So we could think, oh, my romantic relationships, I show up anxiously attached. That insecure, anxious attachment likely happens in your job as well. Anxiously attached comes from a place of needing constant assurance. Anxious and uncertain, well, does that person still like me? Did I do something wrong? Overly apologizing, overly giving, believing that that's how you maintain a relationship that likely stems from childhood. And so the various forms of attachment styles, you have your secure attachment, which is I'm okay no matter what, grounded in a sense of safety. There's consistency, there's reliability, there's trust. And so the 4 S's for secure attachment is sense of safety, so feeling safe inside your body, soothing mechanisms, so these inner resources that you have access to soothe yourself, going inward, grounding in the moment, stepping outside in bare feet, utilizing your breath. Maybe you engage in yoga, maybe you call a friend, maybe you notice the sunlight, you use mindfulness with your senses. And those seem like, oh yeah, I've heard those things before, Amanda, like they don't work, or I can't do them, or I don't notice anything, I get too distracted and in my head. Fair. Commit to yourself. To create change, you need to step into this new identity that is secure. And so by saying I'm secure and holding your body in that secure stance, like that, I'm opening my chest, my shoulders are back, I'm secure. Or maybe it's, no big deal, I'm okay, I'm secure. No big deal, shrug the shoulders, shake the head, no big deal, I'm secure. Laugh on purpose. Change the internal pathways that are occurring in your body. That is the embodiment of your new identity. And through the soothing mechanisms, maybe it's holding an ice cube in your hand, drinking cold water, flushing the water on your face, hanging upside down. I'm giving you a plethora of ways of being with yourself in the moment. And those are the soothing mechanisms. And then this supported delight. So love isn't just about I love you, I care for you, I'm here for you. It is having a delight. It is enjoying the person through getting to know them. And I love this supported delight idea, because I recall as a kid being like, I know my parents love me, I know it on the intellectual level, but do they enjoy me? Do they really know me, and are they delighted by me? Do I light up the room? Am I a bright, shining light in their eyes? Sometimes I questioned that. I see it sometimes, but that inconsistency, that intermittent, I'm here for you and now I'm not, here's the safe space and now I'm gonna take it away. My separation anxiety was so extreme. That intermittentness, that hot and cold because of their own stuff, led to my anxious attachment, or really disorganized, because I can fluctuate. And I claim it, I'm disorganized, but that's not my identity. My attachment style is not my identity. Those things occurred. I'm secure sometimes, and that's okay, because I don't define by my attachment style. I define myself by my creation. I am a creator, and that's my identity. I'm creating something now which does not exist through this video, and I'm excited about it, and that's how I know this is where I want to be. My most authentic self wants to be right here, playing with the cards, being playful, sharing information, hopefully sparking conversation, breakthrough and aha moments of my attachment style doesn't have to have so much meaning. I might show up in this way because of the circumstances, and in that moment I might feel anxious or even avoid it. I might resist. Like, here's this great thing, here's this person that's really interested in me, there's the delight, but oh, that's different. It's so consistent. I'm scared of that. And I laugh about it. Not always. Now I can. When I'm in the moment of it, I'm like frustrated. And that's human. That's so incredibly human. But the more and more I'm evolving, the more and more you're moving through the patterns, the spiral is moving up, you are expanding, and you are choosing this identity that's not insecure by choosing it, by embodying it, by being delighted in it with yourself, and noticing where that shows up in your outer experiences. So secure attachment, safety, your soothing inner resources, your supported delight. It's consistent, it's stable, it's reliable. You are with you and with whoever else you come in contact with. Keep showing them what a secure attachment is like. They may resist, you might attract the opposite, you might attract that insecure person. That's not bad, that's not wrong. You are okay either way, even if it is painful at times. You have the capacity to withstand those uncomfortable emotions. It's not preventing them. It's trusting yourself that you will hold yourself when you fall. You will hold the space for yourself when you're anxious. You will be at the top of that peak of that discomfort, and you will not rescue yourself, because you will move through it 90 seconds, allow it without the story, hang upside down, change your body position, flush the water on your face. I'm here for you. And tell me if you do it. Tell me in the comments. I did the soothing inner resource. It's an inner resource that might involve some things outside of yourself. So avoidant. Avoidant attachment is terrified of rejection. They are wounded within their shame. Anxious attachment's also terrified of rejection and abandonment. The avoidant is going to run away. The avoidant is going to shut down. The avoidant is going to give you the breadcrumbs, the hot and cold as well. And then you have the disorganized, the fearful avoidant, the anxious and the avoider, the one that fluctuates between the two, because I want that closeness, I want that intimacy, give me that reassurance and validation. And now I'm terrified of it, and this is weird and different and confusing, and I haven't had it before, and I'm gonna run away and I'm gonna hide and I'm gonna shut down. Those are the stereotypes of them. And there's so many interwoven details within it. So as I say this more not because you need to choose and identify with it, but to give you the space, to give you the information. Whole, you are complete, you are secure. Notice where you resist. You've already put in the effort to come out of it, to be secure in yourself. Choose it, step all into it. You are reality shifting and identity shifting, timeline shifting right now. You are walking through the door. Walk through the door, step all in. Write it in the comments. I am all in. I put in the effort. I'm the queen, I'm the king. I'm the queen and I'm the king. I'm grounded in my reality and I'm connected to that collective creativity, that creative intelligence. Because I'm a new version of me. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself. You amaze me.